The crisp March air of Geneva in 1961 hummed with an almost palpable anticipation. Automotive enthusiasts, industry titans, and the world's press had converged, accustomed to the predictable evolution of design and engineering. Yet, beneath the polished chrome and hushed conversations, a tremor of something truly revolutionary was about to ripple through the Palais des Expositions. Then, with an almost theatrical flourish, a shroud was pulled back. What emerged was not merely another new model, but a sculpted vision that seemed to defy the very decade it inhabited. The Jaguar E-Type, a machine of breathtaking fluidity and audacious curves, arrested every gaze. Its impossibly long bonnet, the graceful sweep of its fenders, and the compact, purposeful cabin created an unbroken line of aerodynamic beauty that appeared to have materialized directly from a distant future. No car had ever looked quite like this. It was a pure expression of speed and elegance, an almost biological form that challenged every conventional notion of automotive aesthetics. In that singular moment, the E-Type didn't just debut, it fundamentally redefined the very essence of what a high-performance sports car could and should be. The world collectively held its breath, witnessing a new benchmark being forged in steel and leather. Jaguar's performance pedigree by the early 1960s was already undisputed, established through a dominant run in international motorsport. The C-Type, with its innovative disc brakes, secured 2 Le Mans victories. Its successor, the aerodynamically advanced D-Type, then claimed the prestigious 24 Hours of Le Mans 3 times consecutively from 1955. These formidable track triumphs cemented Jaguar's reputation for speed and engineering excellence. The company's strategic vision shifted to transition this racing prowess into a road-going grand tourer. The imperative was clear: to combine blistering velocity, luxurious touring comfort, and a surprisingly attainable price point. This ambitious trifecta defined the E-Type's mission. Central to achieving its groundbreaking form was Malcolm Sayer. A former aircraft engineer, Sayer applied a rigorous mathematical approach to automotive aerodynamics, shaping the car not merely by eye, but through scientific principles that optimized airflow and stability. His precise calculations were fundamental to the vehicle's iconic, sculpted appearance. Beyond the E-Type's captivating exterior, its fundamental structure demonstrated forward-thinking engineering. The main cabin employed robust monocoque construction, providing exceptional rigidity. This unibody core was ingeniously paired with a separate, tubular steel subframe up front, cradling the engine and front suspension. Such a modular approach simplified manufacturing and facilitated easier maintenance. The suspension architecture truly set new benchmarks. All 4 wheels featured independent articulation, a rarity for its era. The sophisticated independent rear suspension, IRS, groundbreaking for a production car, utilized a complex array of wishbones, coil springs, and dampers within a compact subassembly. Such meticulously controlled wheel movement delivered exceptional grip and ride comfort. For stopping power, Jaguar made no compromise. The E-Type inherited its formidable disc braking system directly from the victorious C-Type and D-Type racers. These competition-proven units, honed at Le Mans, granted the road car a level of braking performance previously confined to the racetrack, instilling profound confidence that matched its impressive velocity. The heart of this machine was a power plant already legendary, Jaguar's venerable XK straight-six engine. It wasn't a new design, but a highly refined evolution, specifically tuned to unleash the E-Type's full performance potential. Its dual overhead camshafts and robust construction provided a remarkable balance of smooth operation and raw power. With a displacement that grew from 3.8 to 4.2 liters over its lifespan, the XK delivered significant horsepower and prodigious torque across the rev range. Such output was the direct contributor to the E-Type's sensational top speed, pushing past 150 miles per hour, an astounding figure for a road car of its era. Speed isn't just about power, it's also about slipperiness. Here, the genius of Malcolm Sayer, Jaguar's aerodynamicist, truly shone. Sayer, with his background in aircraft design, approached the E-Type's form not merely as an artist, but as a mathematician. Every curve, every subtle bulge, every line was calculated, serving a precise aerodynamic purpose. This wasn't styling for styling's sake, it was a scientific pursuit of efficiency. The car's iconic long bonnet and streamlined fuselage weren't just beautiful. They were engineered to cleave through the air with minimal resistance, reducing drag and contributing to its high-speed stability. The E-Type stands as a testament to the seamless integration of breathtaking aesthetic appeal with rigorous functional efficiency, a shape that was both stunning to behold and scientifically sound. The sheer visual impact and theoretical performance of the E-Type created an unprecedented challenge for Jaguar. How to translate such an ambitious, show-stopping concept into a vehicle that could be reliably mass-produced. The transition from a hand-built prototype, often crafted with compromises that wouldn't survive assembly line scrutiny, to a commercially viable product demanded a monumental effort from the engineering and manufacturing teams. Every intricate curve, every panel gap, and each component fitment required re-evaluation for repeatability and cost-effectiveness without sacrificing the car's fundamental integrity or its breathtaking aesthetics. Building a fast car was only half the battle. The true objective involved crafting an affordable machine. Jaguar made the audacious decision to price the E-Type at a fraction of what its exotic European rivals demanded for comparable performance. This strategic choice, while brilliant for market penetration, placed enormous pressure on the production department. Consequently, every engineering solution and material specification had to be optimized not just for performance and durability, but for economic viability on an unprecedented scale. The true conflict, then, wasn't a question of the E-Type's intrinsic quality, but the immense, almost contradictory task of delivering such accessible excellence to the world. Once that accessible excellence finally materialized before the public, the response proved nothing short of seismic. Journalists and the motoring press, typically reserved in their assessments, found themselves scrambling for superlatives, struggling to adequately capture the E-Type's profound visual and dynamic impact. The car wasn't merely reviewed, it was celebrated as a landmark achievement, a fusion of artistry and engineering that seemed to defy convention. This widespread adoration wasn't confined to the pages of automotive magazines. Even Enzo Ferrari, a man not known for praising rivals, famously declared the E-Type to be the most beautiful car ever made, a testament from the very pinnacle of exotic car manufacturing. The immediate consequence involved an unparalleled surge in demand. Waiting lists formed instantly, stretching across continents, as enthusiasts in both European and North American markets clamored for a piece of this automotive revolution. Jaguar, despite its ambitious production plans, found itself struggling to keep pace with the overwhelming global appetite. Such a phenomenon didn't just sell cars, it fundamentally recalibrated the entire sports car segment. Established manufacturers, once confident in their design philosophies, were compelled to reevaluate their entire approach, recognizing that Jaguar had just shifted the goalposts for performance, styling, and accessible value. The E-Type had not just entered the market, it had redefined it. The E-Type, despite its initial perfection, was not immune to the relentless march of progress and regulation. Its journey through the Series 1, Series 2, and Series 3 iterations is a masterclass in adaptation. The initial Series 1, with its elegant covered headlights and classic toggle switches, embodied that pure, unadulterated vision. However, as the 1960s progressed, particularly in the crucial North American market, evolving safety and emissions standards began to exert considerable pressure. Such mandates, often originating from the United States, necessitated significant design revisions. The graceful glass headlight covers of the Series 1 gave way to more exposed units on the Series 2, a pragmatic concession to lighting regulations. Bumpers grew larger and were repositioned to meet impact standards, subtly altering the car's iconic silhouette. By the early 1970s, Jaguar unveiled the Series 3, a transformation, driven by more than just compliance. This iteration introduced a magnificent 5.3-liter V12 engine, a powerhouse that redefined the E-Type's character. No longer a lightweight sports car, the model evolved into a sophisticated grand tourer, offering unparalleled smoothness and long-distance comfort. This strategic pivot, embracing luxury and power, allowed the vehicle to maintain its prestige and desirability, appealing to a new segment of buyers who sought refinement alongside performance. It was a testament to engineering foresight, ensuring the machine remained a compelling proposition even as the automotive landscape shifted dramatically around it. Yet beyond these adaptations and evolving specifications, the E-Type's true triumph resides in its enduring legacy. Its sleek, aerodynamic form, a masterful synthesis of engineering and artistry, established an indelible standard for sports car aesthetics that continues to inspire designers today. The car's visual language, a blend of flowing lines and purposeful aggression, remains a touchstone for automotive beauty. Transcending its physical presence, the E-Type ascended to the status of a global cultural icon. Its unmistakable profile graced countless films, television shows, and popular media, becoming synonymous with speed, sophistication, and a certain aspirational lifestyle. This widespread visibility cemented its place in the collective consciousness, moving past mere automotive enthusiasm. Currently, the E-Type is among the most sought-after collector vehicles worldwide, its value and desirability only appreciating with time. A remarkable blend of high-performance capability, breathtaking design, and, critically, its relatively accessible pricing at launch created a paradigm shift. It democratized supercar appeal to an extent, setting a benchmark for what a truly exceptional grand tourer could offer, a standard that continues to resonate profoundly within the high-performance automotive landscape even decades later. The Jaguar E-Type, then, stands as more than just a beautiful machine. It is a profound declaration of automotive purpose. Its enduring allure stems from a rare confluence of visionary design, audacious engineering, and an unwavering commitment to performance. This vehicle didn't just capture attention, it fundamentally redefined expectations for what a sports car could be, blending exotic aesthetics with accessible exhilaration. Beyond these technical achievements, the E-Type embodies those pivotal moments in history when innovation converges with passion. Such a legacy serves as a powerful reminder that the true narrative of the automobile is woven from these threads. Instances where a single, remarkable creation possesses the power to recalibrate an entire industry's trajectory and leave an indelible mark on the collective imagination.